So in providing care, there are four major things that you need to think about. I'll put it in four categories. There's a lot more than this, but to simplify it, you need to understand people's range of gender expressions and their differences in desire for access to surgical and hormonal intervention. So you really need to understand what's unique about them. You need to recognize the distinctions between gender identity and sexual orientation and understand the differences and similarities in their healthcare needs, because they're different. What we find also is that a lot of people in the trans community are denied health services based on their gender identity. You need to, and that moves into another piece that you need to understand, which is how access to care is affected by those negative experiences that people have had with providers, and how providers can play a role in improving the quality of life for trans people. So those are important things. The last thing is thinking about agencies, and you can think about this as your office as well, as making it more trans-friendly. Having stuff around that invites people or lets people know that you're affirming. Whether it can be very small, as having a symbol of part of the LGBT community, or a transgender symbol or something like that, that really lets them know that you're an ally if you're not a part of the community. And even if you are, putting that out there. So in recognizing the range of expressions and desires, it's important, like I said before, to understand all the languages, all the terms that somebody can use to describe themselves. I've used terms like trans man, trans woman. Now, a lot of people confuse those. Trans man is actually a female-bodied person who has transitioned and identifies as male. A lot of people reverse that and call a trans man somebody who what I call is they privilege people's biological sex, their biology, over their identity. In this case, so trans man refers to a male-identified person. They're affirmed gender. So all of these terms are terms that I've talked about before, and there's a lot more out there. And so just talk to your clients and find out how they call themselves. You also need to know some of the terms like SOFA. You'll hear this, SOFA. It stands for significant others, friends, families, and allies. So there's a group of people who are supportive of trans folks, and they have listservs and meetings and all kinds of other stuff to help support their partners and family and friends who are transgender or transsexual.